channel. This is going to be a look at what the next 72 hours has in store for you. We're going to start off with oracle cards and then we'll go into like a full-on spread and everything. I hope that you enjoy this reading and take something from it. If you do, thumbs up the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave me a comment below to let me know that you did enjoy the reading. But let's go ahead and jump straight in. Let's start with the first three oracle cards. So we have all is in perfect timing. It says, this is it. It's time to take action now. I will be here to help you every step of the way. So during the next 72 hours, there's confirmational moments that's happening for my Scorpios where your spiritual team could be showing you glimpses of opportunity and also showing you like, look, it's time. If you have been sitting back on an idea, if you have been, waiting for that moment to show up at your doorstep for you to say, you know what, I am going to move into this opportunity, or I am going to pursue X, Y, and Z. This is going to be a time frame where everything looks like it's in alignment for you to take action. It's a matter of you moving with that preparedness or moving with that understanding that all is in perfect timing. Also have your true self. So I think that you're being encouraged to go towards things that actually feel authentic. If there has been any relationships like friendship, romantic, family, whatever this may be, that don't align with the version of who you are today or who you're becoming, it just will start to feel like it's kind of slipping away, but not because you're doing anything wrong or that anything is wrong. It's just you're being aligned with literally your true self, your authentic self. It's important that you don't feel guilty too in these, situations or these dynamics fall into the wayside. Also with teach coming up, some of you are actually meant to become a teacher to some degree, whether that's like a spiritual teacher, a literal teacher where you teach like, at a university or a school, or you're meant to be a mentor to some degree. Some of you are already on this path of teaching others. This is a confirmation moment that you need to keep going and that you are meant to be on this path. But also for my Scorpios, I think that there's been a lot of teachable moments prior to this time frame. And this time frame is going to require you to use the knowledge that you've gained, the wisdom that you've gained from your past experiences. Now, going deeper, what is the overall energy for my Scorpios just in general for the next 72 hours? So I have the Two of Cups that flew out. So again, you're going to be assessing the relationships that you have around you. Do you have genuine support in your corner? Do you have, family that mean you good? Do you have a romantic partner that's on the same wavelength as you emotionally? Do you have certain friendships that are mutually supportive? I think that you're going to be assessing all of that. Also, your personal relationship with self. Is your relationship with self the best that it could be? Or do you feel like sometimes your relationship with self kind of gets put to the back burner for the sake of maintaining outside relationships? Now, going into what I see with career and finance. What's going on with my Scorpios for career and finance? I got the Six of Pentacles. So some of you are actually at a phase within your career where you're either going to start to make money based off of your expertise, what you have to offer, and you can make a lot of it without having to do too much because of the skin in the game that you've put in and also your efforts over the last couple of years. You could be, considered for a raise at your job where it's like, you know what, let's give you a raise because you've outdone yourself in a lot of ways for the company or the business. You could start to see a huge payoff with that, where it's like, oh, wow, I'm starting to see that my hard work is actually starting to pay off and I'm starting to see results. For others of you, you could be at a space to where you could be realizing how overexerting yourself within your career, and let's say you're overexerting yourself in spaces where you're not being appreciated. I think you'll look at that closely too. Okay, am I overworking for a job where they're not willing to give me my right pay or give me a raise even though I go above and beyond? With finances as a whole, you could be looking at how to balance your money, like how money is coming in and how money is going out. Especially if you find yourself spending more than you would like to, like actually hold on to. Now, going into love, what's going on with my Scorpio's love life for the next 72 hours? I got the Queen of Pentacles. So some of you are dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo individual. Doesn't have to be the zodiac sign at all. But you could be dealing with someone where you could question if trust is something that can be given to them, especially if they have cheated in the past or they have just given you certain uneasy vibes. For others of you, it could be a vice versa thing where your person could be accusing you of, talking to other people or dealing with other people. And it's this question of like, okay, is this person going to work on their trust issues, or will I have to distance myself because they're, making me feel like I'm doing something wrong and I'm not? For others of you with this Queen of Pentacles, if this is a newer connection, you could find that the person you're dealing with is actually quite nurturing. But again, you could question, like, is this authentic though? Because it is fairly newer and this may be a newer experience for you with them being so nurturing. You could also question if the reason someone is around you is because of like physical attraction. It could be a situation where like on a physical level, you guys are attracted to each other for sure. But beyond that, it's like, okay, where does your emotions lie? Now, going into the possible challenge that my Scorpios may face during the next 72-hour window, I got the Page of Wands. So the challenge you may face, there may be some passive aggressiveness that's coming from either an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo individual. It doesn't have to be these zodiac signs at all, but there's someone in your workplace, your spouse, your friend, somebody around you is very passive aggressive. They may not verbally just come out and say like what they're upset about or irritated with, but they could show you signs of irritation through their actions. Another challenge you may have to face is your own irritation. You could be just fed up with certain things and it's hard for you to hide that anymore. Another challenge may be if you have like a friends with benefits connection with someone, you may want this person to stop trying to see you from like a lustful place. And it could be challenging to just completely cut this person off because you may have developed feelings for them. But you could also be irritated with the fact that they only really have the capacity for lust. Something else that may be challenging, you could have like all these creative ideas and all these things that you want to get done, but it's divvying out your time that may be challenging. Or even having people around you who are supportive. You may want, to have people around you show you that they're supportive, but you may not get support from people the closest to you. Now, going into the advice for my Scorpios, I have the Ace of Wands that flipped out. So the advice is to be aware of how you're taking action during this time frame. All you can really control is your actions and what you do and what you feed energetically. So if you want to make the most out of the next 72 hours, feed your attention into things that motivate you, that uplift your energy, especially in moments of irritation and frustration. And understand that, again, you can only control what you do. So while other people may be acting certain ways and going through certain motions, center yourself and just be observant. Also, if you are tired of a dynamic where it just seems flirtatious or even lustful to some degree, you gotta know what's important to you, what you value. People are only gonna exploit places within us where we don't have an understanding of our own values. Like that's some real stuff right there. People will only take advantage of what we don't have self-awareness on. And if we lack self-awareness in, what we value in terms of connection, especially romantically, people can swoop in and sneak in and give us undefined answers or uncertainty, and it can just feel like we're going with the motion and ending up in bad outcomes. Now, going into the last part, this is going to represent the outcome of this time frame. So I have the Five of Cups in reverse, and I also have the Ten of Pentacles. So by the end of this time frame, you actually could be at a space to where you're not feeling stuck. Like Five of Cups in reverse is awesome because it's like you release the need to feel guilty. You release the need to be weighed down by things you can't control, especially past tense, and where there has been a lot of like, I wish I could go back in the past. I think you're okay with being present, especially when it comes to like a long-term relationship or a family situation. Also, for the outcome of this time frame, some of you guys could be like relocating or moving. If there has been also family trauma or guilt that maybe a family member has been trying to put onto you, I think that you guys will start to get free from them shackles as well. Okay. I'm also seeing like financial recovery. If you've been having like some hard times financially, things could start to look a lot better for you, a lot more stable. But this is what I see. I wish my Scorpios the best of luck. If you took something from this reading, make sure you thumbs it up, subscribe so you never miss a beat, and I'll see you soon.